And we're back at it. Right. Let's see where this plops us. Ah. Yes. I was pondering the order of operations for this one. So we've got a changer, which needs to change that into red. An RGB converter that needs the red and the green to make blue. We need a box to get over there. That's a box. Do I have a way up there? To... Okay, how many items have we got to spare? I need 3 to complete the puzzle. I have 1, 2, 3. Wait, seriously? Is there any pieces I'm missing? Because last time I was stuck on a puzzle, it was because I didn't notice there was a game piece that I hadn't noticed. Is there anything up here? Okay, so I don't necessarily... I was about to say I don't necessarily need a... right, okay, I think I get it now, actually. We connect that to that, not that. So we only need 2 pieces. So... okay. What am I free to... Ah, yeah. Wait, no. Yes, no, yeah. I want you there, you there, you there, then when we take this up to the top so we can get the other thing that we want. And then... I need to get in here and get that. Which I need that for. So I can get to you. Oh, pardon me. Right, now I need you. Okay, that was the secret source I was missing yesterday. Right. I believe I already came up here as far as I could when I was chasing the sprite, but how much further can I get? Weird that I can only get that far. Kinda wanna know. No, I don't wanna jump off. Okay, let's do 7 then. Bullshit. There's something up there. I hear a deer. So we need a red above that. Are we yeeting that up there? What colour were you? Red. So I don't need you yet. So give me that. No, actually that. I need a way to raise you up. Or you. Yeah, not quite. What can I spare? Can you see up there? How do I get this back? I don't know that I do. Maybe that's the answer. I don't. Ah. Well, that's what I don't care about over here. Then I can go Yeetus. Yeah, there we go.
Wow, that one was a mind bender.
Was it? Sure. Right, let's go to 8. Those are some interesting graphical meshes into there. Right, there's a lot of empty in here. Huh, I can't swap to them through a gate. Well, I'm seeing a distinct lack of things I can interact with. Can I? Not from up here. I've not been looking, but... Oh, no! Nope, 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 nope. Is there anything else? No. What else am I doing? I guess that. Okay, I can take you. Don't think I need that for anything else anymore. So I can grab you. Grab you why? Where's... Where is a way to do lasers? There's something up there. I'm failing to see a way to do lasers. Can you see anything from there? Oh, yes, there. How the fuck do we get up there? Can you... I am failing to see how to get there. Is this all there is to the puzzle? You take me up to the top. There's nothing in there. You're up here, whatever. Can you fall down those holes? Yeah, I guess have that. You can fall down those holes. Okay, so what the fuck am I putting in there? Can I have that pull through its own hole? Now that just makes it feel even more weird that we can't crouch. We have knees. We can't crouch through those. Can I get up that? No. I'm missing a step of this process. I need another thing to take with me somehow? Question mark? There are headphones mode. Huh. Oh well. I'm not allowed to aim it right down. Well, I guess the answer is this can't be the thing that's up. So we have let's have you be the thing that's up. Yes. You, then we swap to you. You grab that and stand there. And I dump you down, take control. And guess it kind of has to be that, doesn't it? Is that it? Is that the whole puzzle? I guess. The whole puzzle was realize the digger needs to be down there. And then we've got a question mark over there. Am I the original me? Eh. Oh hello. Yeet! What do you got to say?
Miranda, would you like to play a game?
A game? That sounds like fun.
It is. Remember what Alexandra Drennan said about games?
They're part of what makes us human.
Exactly. And this is a game Alexandra Drennan designed when she was still in school. It's based on her favorite book. Have a go.
What the fuck? Just some levitating vines. Sure. Did they change this area and then not update the vegetation or something? There's a lot of vines just levitating in space. Elegance. Okay. Can't take you. I'm gonna need to get you. Get you this side. Although, what do I want over there? I don't know that I need a second. Second dealing. Let's have that. No, damn it. Can I put you through the wall though? That's not what I wanted. Can I not put that through the wall? Right, I was just too close to that. Now I need... I guess that's quite elegant. Well. So now I've got green beam face to do, and that's it, I believe. This way? Yeah. I guess we can see what's... It's not a number of times I've gone into the mega structure. And... yeah, right, so I'm expecting that one to light up after we go into the mega structure this next time. And that's the 2 extra from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the 2 extra from each of those. I don't know if any of these others... doesn't look like any of these others is designed to light up. It's like they're the only ones with 3D geometry. Yeah, okay, so I need to finish everything to get in there. Right. Oh dear. That one. Easy. Oh wait, was that the whole thing? Shit, what's with those rocks? Let me off. The rocks are casually getting soft locked. Shit. Is there anything up here? Slippery. Is this? It just seems like deliberately slippy to stop you from cheesing it. Which, you know, I guess. But now we need to go all the way back around to get back up. Blah. I ruined the dramatic music by fucking him out and falling off and nearly getting soft locked. Okay. Who are you? Sphinx or Pandora? Oh, hello. Prometheus.
Hear me, friend, and heed my words. Beware Pandora. She is nothing but fear and despair, and she will do anything to prevent you from reaching the flame. It is she who disrupted the trials of the Sphinx, and who bound me in the...
Who bound you in the... I guess we don't get to see you finish that thought yet.
Well done, 1K. Looks like our hypothesis was correct. The megastructure is opening again. Everyone come to the VTOL, please. It's time to find Athena.
What about Pandora? She seems capable of displacing or controlling the other entities.
We should be careful, but we can't let such a vague threat paralyze us. Just keep your eyes open.
I wasn't sure it would let me fall through that. Do I... Green guy. And we'll come back to that. No, it's already selected. Yes.
There's something I've been thinking about.
Oh,
I
yes.
know the New Alexandria disaster was traumatic. I know accidents like that make us think that it's best to stick to what we have. But what about all the accidents that have happened in New Jerusalem that nobody talks about? The collapse of the Wachowski building. The Calvin Street explosion. The derailment that almost killed Benaroya and Canada. All of those happened because we stopped investing enough resources in our civilization. And if Melville hadn't been put in charge of city maintenance, this would still be happening.
It will happen again, either way. With how little we have to work with, it's only a matter of time.
You see, there may be a price for pursuing progress, but there's also a price for not pursuing it.
Uh-huh. It's the Tyrelco building, I guess.
All right, here we go again.
Our main objective is to determine the relationship between the megastructure and Athena. Did she find it? Did she build it? Why was she here in the first place? Explore, dig up anything you can. We need to start finding answers.
I can't imagine one person building all this.
Don't forget about Miranda. There were at least 2 of them.
I can't imagine 100 people building this.
All right, everyone. Have a look around, but stay in touch and be careful.
1K, can you stay a moment? I'd like to talk to you. I know you can't wait to start exploring, but just hear me out, okay?
Okay.
I'm concerned. Byron is brilliant, but all he can think about is the possibility of finding Athena. She was his mentor, and her disappearance shattered him. I'm afraid he's not seeing the dangers of the megastructure. To me, this place seems chaotic, dysfunctional. Yes, it's all very impressive, but I think it's broken. And what we're seeing is, it's nonsense, frankly. You've interacted with it more than anyone. What do you think?
I think all of it is intentional. We're meant to do something here.
So you see it that way too, huh? Well, maybe I'm wrong. I hope so. But please, be careful.
You don't have a giant structure full of puzzles that resemble the shit we were doing in the simulation and not want people to come and solve the puzzles.
I'm headed deeper into the megastructure. Not quite sure where I am. Seem to be right in the middle of the machinery.
Please, watch yourself, Byron.
This is incredible. I don't even know how to describe what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a building. I think this is a machine.
What does that mean? False leads, errors, frustrations, effects ripple out at enormous distances. Waves? We'll need to move experiments further apart. I'm not decoding all that. Large-scale synthesis. Can we literally bootstrap this to any scale? Kind of expecting that. It's more colourful.
Why don't you just tell people that they're wrong? If you tell them the truth, they'll listen.
It's not that simple. Straton wrote that the most common error we commit is to think that ideas determine reality, when in fact the opposite is true. Ideas follow from material conditions. Belief systems are formed to explain and justify the way we live. We did not have kings because we believed in the mandate of heaven. We believed in the mandate of heaven because we lived in monarchies.
But we have free will.
Oh, free will isn't the same as freedom, Miranda. We're not free from the constraints of reality or history. I was shaped by the simulation. New Jerusalem is shaped by its limitations.
So, what? We're just trapped? History can only go one way?
Maybe, maybe not. The question is, how do we free ourselves? How do we build a world where our ideas do shape reality? That's why we came here.
I knew it! Athena's here. She built this.
That other voice, was that Cornelius?
It definitely sounded like him.
Come to think of it, he went on a research expedition around the time Athena vanished. He was gone for years. People thought he'd died.
And all this time, he knew where she was?
We should talk to him.
We will, when we get back. But right now, we have to focus on finding Athena. We are so close.
Nothing to say on the social. Alright. Beams, okay. Oh. Hi, I'm uncomfortable.
Are those surfaces magnetic?
No, it's anti-gravity. Yakut was right. I should have known.
1K, I'm over here. Hold on. I'll open that door for you.
Oh, okay. You waved in the wrong direction, though. Where are you going? Where am I going? There, I guess?
Same pattern as before. 3 beams, 3 receivers.
I guess we know what to do.
Be careful. The sheer amount of power running through this place.
I'll take care of this puzzle. You do the other 2, okay? This is kind of fun. Maybe Alexandra Drennan was right. Play is part of what makes us human. Got it.
That was quick. Alright. Wonder if it's possible to beat him too, though.
Malcolm, is there anything in the system that could tell us where Athena is?
I don't know. Someone's logged into the system, but when I try to access that information, it all glitches out.
Where am I taking? Can I walk across? No. Hang on. Can I? Does that need to? Okay, so that was okay, yeah. That was not what I was expecting. That's the only one to break that axis. What is this? Is this a nothing? Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Let's see where these are going. I need to be careful of the fucking gaps, though. What happens if I fall? Oh, I can't fall down there. At least not from this side. I'm not going to push that. Interesting that this has given us an accumulator, not just a regular beam. Okay. So where am I going now? Back? I guess back. Whoa! That was a momentum killer. I guess that was that. Now, where am I going? Can I go this way? Yes. Is this way a good idea? No. Yeet! Nope. Well, that was not the way. Appears to be... Appears to be which way? Came from that way. I'm just gonna move across here. Where am I going? Not that way. Alright, let's go that way. Considering how eager Byron was to do the red one, I'm surprised he hasn't got... Alright, I guess I'll help you with this one as well then. Considering he just fucking immediately did the red one. It goes there. Okay. Hang on. I'm not sure what my limits are for what I can. I don't even know which way up is anymore. Right. Okay, so that can only be those directions. It's not too short.
Not to alarm anyone, but I think the ground is shaking.
According to the system, whole parts of the interior are moving around. Like it's rearranging itself.
I think that's what happened last time. When I took the elevator, the platform where I got out just moved away.
Okay. Was there any indication that those rotated the next piece 90 degrees? Because I sure as hell couldn't see one. That seems to just be trial and error to find out which one's rotated which. Alright, what's through here? A green. And you're a jammer? Do you do me any good? Oh god, hand. What? Oh, there's another thing over here. What are you hiding? You got anything else? No. So let's grab this thing. Right, so I guess you're just for that. Don't want you anymore. We want you. And... yeah, it needs to be right in front of it.
The gate's opening. I'm heading in.
A bit eager, aren't we? Right, the door's there. Where's Byron? I can't even see him. Has he already gone in? Is that same? Hold space to disengage from gravity surface. Right, which one did I just climb on? So I've completely lost. Right. Rip. Right. Take. Oh, damn, that's the wrong orientation. That's literally the same thing we just had. Right, there we go. Did I already do those? Yeah, right, fuck it, I'm just gonna take this shortcut here. No, that's a sideways. Yeah, right. Right, what have you got us into now, Byron? This looks very reminiscent of the first time through. The exact same tile, if I'm not mistaken. Right, what's happening to you?
This is fascinating.
They were both here, Athena and Cornelius. They had a plan. I found a file that... I can't...
Byron's trapped in the overload. He's failing to disconnect.
The whole system's going haywire.
1K, get out of there! Everyone back to the VTOL! We have to go. Now, 1K, get moving!
We can't just leave Byron behind.
Yakut, we have no idea where he is or what's happening to him. But right now, if we stay here, we could all die.
The system's going completely bananas. Energy spikes everywhere.
We'll come back for Byron, I promise.
What have you done, you fools? Mortals are not meant to tread these halls. Why will you not heed my warnings? I am not trying to harm you, creatures of clay. All I wish is to protect you and the rest of your kind. What more must I do to make you understand? If you cannot be reasoned with, I must bar your path.
Move, 1K, move!
Quit as fast as I can. I wasn't gonna risk the fucking puzzle walkways considering they're just closed. Right, this is the path Byron took in.
These energy emissions are messing with the VTOL systems. Okay, I think I've got it working. Get here quickly, 1K.
Come on, get in! Get us out of here, Yakut.
Okay, we're out. Now what?
Looks like the southern sites are active. The readings are strangely jumbled, though.
Should I set us down?
Yes, but just to drop off Melville.
What?
We're going back to New Jerusalem. This situation has gotten out of control. We need to regroup. Rushing in blindly isn't going to save Byron. But we also need someone to stay here and keep an eye on things. Melville, that's you.
All right. I'll see if I can make any sense of these systems while you're gone.
Why aren't your lips
Just
moving?
keep a safe distance, okay?
Will do.
Good. Well, 1K, I guess it's time for you and me to take a nap.
Do not lose hope, my child. In these difficult moments, find solace in your friends and in the home that you share.
Here we are. Got an update from Melville. The power spikes are continuing, but no news from Byron.
All right. Thank you, Yakut. You get the VTOL ready for the next trip. I'll talk to the mayor. 1K, please head over to the Museum of the Simulation and talk to Cornelius. Let's see what he has to say for himself. world is full of suffering. Every living organism suffers. Animals kill other animals to eat. And it always ends with death, torn apart or wasting away. This is what surrounds us. This is what's happening outside those walls, every hour of every day. It's our ethical responsibility as sentient beings to lessen suffering. That's what it means to be human. To understand that it is your duty to transform this world into something better. That's what the founder meant when she said that we can turn the world into a work of art. Despite what happened to him, Byron was right. We have to keep going.
This is blasphemy. Byron was punished for failing the Founder's trials. And you want us to dig deeper? Just because you can't accept that suffering is natural and necessary?
Please, everyone, stop using the public frequency. If you want to argue, use your interface or speak in person.
Does this look a little bit more overgrown than the first time? I don't remember there being this much crap in the path.
See, I told you, it was Athena who sent Prometheus.
How do you know it was Athena?
Because she's the one who built the giant pyramid.
Sure, but how do you know it wasn't Cornelius who sent Prometheus?
Because Cornelius was here?
And
1K, welcome back to the city. As you can tell, your discoveries have had quite the impact.
Here's your speech.
I decided to take a stand. It started with our cats. Damien and I have had a lot of them over the decades, and I've watched every last one of them grow old and die. And that got me thinking about our responsibilities towards other life forms. What's life to most living creatures? Fear, hunger, pain, and in the end, death. Involuntary cessation of existence. That's horrifying, 1K, horrifying. And we are the only ones who can make it better.
So you mean re-engineer the whole planet?
Yes. Carefully and slowly, but yes. That's what civilization is. That's what it's always been. Creating structures to lessen suffering. But this time we include everyone. We use our intelligence to get rid of as much of the horror of existence as we can for all living beings.
Oof. What you're describing is pure hubris.
Hubris is just an excuse for not taking responsibility. It's
for the whole
witnessing
fucking
injustice
planet.
and shrugging and saying it's fine. It was meant to be this way by some vague higher power that apparently gets off on misery. It's cowardice, 1K. Don't be a coward.
You're a nut job.
Good luck, 1K.
Oh, thanks. Zimiamba. You're very pink. Can I be pink?
Attention all citizens. The Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition is now open to visitors. However, please note that due to an unauthorized strike, public transport will be temporarily unavailable. May the founder be with you.
Hi.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying?
Majestic, dashing hamsters.
You remembered the code phrase. Oh, it is fun, isn't it? All this adventure and discovery and subterfuge. Here, let me top up your credit balance for you. It's the least I can do. Ka-ching! 1,000 credits. You're rich. Spiritually, anyway. Don't go spending it all at once. Now, what can I get you?
Inner peace.
Whoa. Inner peace doesn't come cheap. Come back when you've got 1,000 credits.
You just gave me 1,000 credits.
Gosh, I completely forgot. Well, did being rich bring you inner peace?
Yeah.
Oh, that usually does a trick. What about before? Did you feel inner peace before I made you rich?
No.
The fact that you're trying to buy inner peace tells me you're still looking for solutions outside of yourself. What helps me is letting go of the idea that what makes me happy is facts about the world. Sure, it helps when things go well, but if you depend on those things, you will have nothing left when they're gone. If you can learn to trust yourself, you can learn to trust the world.
But how?
I know. I wish the how was a fact we could learn from a book. But it's a practice. I can use words to tell you how to ride a bike, but the only way you learn is by doing it.
You still didn't buy this.
Put it this way. One of the worst things that can happen is death. But if we spent our lives trying to avoid it, we'd only waste the time we have trying to control something we can't. The answer isn't to avoid death any more than the answer is to get rich. The answer is to practice finding joy where you can. You can't do it all the time. Bad things happen. Sometimes a lot, all at once. But practice finding joy, and more joy will find you.
I mean, I am interested to see how far this can go. Yeah, I can try, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Glad to help. So, something else perhaps?
Sensory tuning.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
Credits?
Oh, you don't have any credits yet.
Well, I did.
Well,
You gave me
let
1,000.
extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
Sensory tuning.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
I'll take it.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the dome? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam.
I feel nothing.
Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system.
I feel nothing at all. still feel something. Yeah, I still feel something.
Okay, Few. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to. So, something else perhaps?
Hmm. 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 Internal monologue.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
I'll come back to this.
So, something else perhaps?
That's all, thanks.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback? Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
Maybe later.
I understand. Please come back if you need anything else.
Alright, let's have a look at the Gehenna. You look depressed.
Founder's blessings.
Sure.
Welcome to the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition. Oh, it's you, 1K. Please tell me, you were there when everything went sideways. Do you think Byron will be all right?
Yeah, if we're fine, he'll be fine.
Oh, Byron, always getting into trouble. He's been like that for 1,000 years, you know. But losing him would be terrible. But anyway, you've come to take a well-deserved break from your expedition. So let's talk about something else.
How do you see the role of the artist in society?
I don't think the role of the artist should be reduced to any single social function. The artist isn't an educator or a moralist. Art isn't about teaching us lessons or imparting values. Nor do I think it's simply self-expression. The best art reaches out beyond the self, into something ineffable. The creative impulse can't really be quantified or predicted. That's why artistic freedom is so profoundly essential. Without the freedom to shock, to offend, to transgress, art becomes stagnant.
What's Gehenna?
Gehenna was a place in the simulation. A prison where Elohim exiled the minds that didn't fit his plans. In time, the prison became a community with a culture of its own.
What happened to the people of Gehenna?
In the very last moments of the simulation, Elohim realized what he'd done and sent his messenger Uriel to free the prisoners. They were uploaded to the gold disc, and their legacy is part of all of us.
Why text adventures?
Text adventures were one of the few art forms available to the people of Gehenna. By continuing to work in that medium, we keep their memory alive.
Thanks, that's all. Let's have the one behind you. What's that? Ghosts of Atlantis by Corazon. A lyrical atmospheric quasi-sequel to Atlantis. A classic work created by Lilith. The original game told the story of the inundation of the the inundation of the mythical island, no doubt reflecting the impending fate of the citizens of Gehenna. What are the others? Argument Simulator. Oh, jeez. A quick, short, punchy work of games as commentary. Do you agree with the conclusion it suggests? And you? Jefferson Goldblum and the Spectre of Modernity. Another story rich in the much celebrated Jefferson Goldblum shared universe, originated in Gehenna. It maintains the characteristic writing style of the series, but focuses on a new set of themes. Okay. Oh, there are people here. Can I... Actually, what's up? What does it look like if I go third person? Oh, okay. I could have answered the question I had earlier on about digging in. We deserve a functional city. Public transport must be safe.
Welcome back, 1K. Thanks again for signing that petition. Unfortunately, as you can see, it wasn't enough.
What's going on?
Yesterday, there was a sudden brownout in the grid, and we almost had a derailment. We've been warning the mayor for months, and all he ever gives us is waffle about the goal. This can't go on.
I agree with you, but your methods are wrong. I disagree with you, but I support your right to strike. What you're doing is... Yeah, no, support.
Thank you. Your support means a lot to us. We need to get through to people.
Did you hear Attal's speech?
I heard it 15 times when he was practicing it. I think Attal, like many of us, feels that the time for change is long overdue. The technology you uncovered on the island is the final catalyst for that change, or it should be.
I should go. Okay. Pigeons. All right.
Oh, 1K. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Cornelius.
Ah, I assume it has something to do with your expedition? I must admit I haven't been following the news. Sorry, been a little lost lately.
Are you okay?
No, not really. When you asked me what I would do now that my job is redundant, I don't know, I guess I hadn't thought about it. I had just focused on getting there. And after you left, it all just rushed over me. The truth is, I don't know who I am without this. Creating new life, guiding people into existence, that's who I am. More importantly, I think that's who I want to be. And if we stop growing, That's the one thing I can't be anymore. That's why I wanted to talk to Cornelius. He was there at the beginning. He knows where we came from. I thought he might help me understand where I could go next.
You shouldn't have to give up who you are.
Thank you, 1K. I don't want to. I liked who I was. Who I still am. Now, you said you were looking for Cornelius?
Yes, he seems to have been at the megastructure with Athena.
Oh, that's... well, I suppose it shouldn't really come as a surprise. They were very close, you know. After she disappeared, he went away for a long time. On a research expedition, he said. To be honest, everyone assumed he was working out his grief over being left behind. Many of the first companions were deeply shocked by her decision, particularly Byron.
Where is he now?
That's the thing. I wanted to talk to him about my future, but he wasn't responding to my messages. So I came here to talk to him, and he seems to have vanished.
Did you check his house?
I did, on my way here. And I messaged most of his other friends. He doesn't seem to be anywhere in the city at all.
Maybe where he might have gone.
No. The truth is that for the longest time, he barely left the museum. He was always at his terminal, working day and night. I asked him what he was doing once, and he said he was saving the past.
Hey, now I've got a better reason to ask to access his terminal. Can I access his terminal?
I suppose so. It seems a little unethical, but then it is just his work terminal, right?
I mean, it's a terminal he spent all of his time.
Good luck with everything, 1K. And thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Purple.
Dude, you're back from the island. I'm so glad you're okay, dude. Especially after what happened to Byron.
How's the situation in New Jerusalem?
Lately, a lot of folks have been saying maybe that Byron dude is right after all. Like, maybe to really be excellent to each other, we have to build something new and bodacious. Don't know what'll happen now that he's had that bogus accident.
Have you ever met Cornelius?
Yeah, I come here all the time. He's a wise dude. I've asked him a lot of dumb questions, and he's always taken the time to answer them.
Have a nice day, dude. Let's have a browse first. Not hiding in here. I don't know why I'm looking at all these. He's not going to be in. He's going to have done something drastic. Are there any more VTOLs? Could have taken one of them and gone elsewhere. Oh yeah, I never did all these. Alright. Hmm. Eh. Yeah, I'll come back to them. Right, what secrets have you held? Lab location inaccessible. Deliberate unclear. User profile yes. Gold puzzles as barrier yes. Hidden as self-protection likely. External help for upload yes. Ask him no. Trust 1K undecided. Applicable to Kelvin no. Applicable to Sarapai with Noama yes.
So this is what Cornelius was working on? Strange. It looks a bit like the blueprints for the Somnodrome, but no, it's not quite that. Is he trying to isolate something in the buffer? Maybe Melville can make sense of it, but I think this might be a dead end.
I need to finish up with the mayor. You can head back to the VTOL whenever you're ready. I'll meet you there. No rush, though.
Good luck.
Alright, let's try some Gehenna. Text adventures. Dedicated to the people of Gehenna. Gently your ship touches down on the land that once was the Isle of Atlantis, which in the days before the waters receded lay deep under the Sea of Atlas. You have come to find the last legacy of your ancestors. The red sun burns bright in the sky, scorching the dying earth. Begin your pilgrimage. Journey to the ancient farmlands. The soil used to This soil used to be rich, life-giving. Generations of humans relied on it to survive. Then the waves came. So did I. After the waves, the dying sun. Now that all life has gone, something has been revealed underneath the soil. A city of unimaginable antiquity. The ghosts of the farmer waits in its ruins. Speak to the farmer. This city is older than the capital. The ghost stories the ghost tells you. It is older than Atlantis itself. When our most distant ancestors huddled in terror before thunder and lightning, this city was already old. And yet this city is not foreign to us. We too are its citizens. He looks directly at you, and there is light in his eyes that is not of this world. Are you willing to swear fealty to the city across the boundaries of space and time? Sure. Good, but remember that even in the lofty world of the stars where you have come from, that loyalty will be tested. Join me! The strange light fades from the ghost's form. The farmer smiles. Why, of course I'd love to join you. I've always loved adventures, you know. I never got to go very far from home. Continue. Journey to Lost Shore. Your journey takes you to a wasteland that was once a beach where children from the Atlantean capital of Luna came to play. Here stands the ghost of the poet, contemplating the dying sun that fills the city. Speak to the poet. I never completed my great work, he says. There were too many priests and censors who interfered, who did not allow me to create what I intended, because they feared the free and true expression of poetic genius. And then came the earthquakes and the waves, and long ages under the sea, and now this time of burning death. Yet still I long for its completion, and my soul imagines what could have been. You must refuse to accept your death and find a way of completing your great work. If I'm talking to you, you can finish your fucking poem. All art is irrational, the poet says. It is not the opposite of reason, but beyond reason. And so is defiance of death. Even by the dead themselves, we are gone. We do not exist, and yet we refuse to surrender. Perhaps... Perhaps that is what is called faith. Join me! Thank you. I have remained too long in this place. Temple of Snacks. You make your way to the Temple of Serpents, which was once the greatest hospital of all Atlantis. The sick and the injured came here from all across the island, hoping that salvation could be found in its bowls. All that is left of the temple is a labyrinth of low walls and the ghost of a physician waiting for you. It is faint, barely visible. Speak. I worked here day and night for many years, and I saved countless lives. And yet, of all the lives that I saved, only one survived the death of the island. A young messenger who escaped on one of the ships. A young messenger who escaped on one of the ships. Only one survived the death of the island. A young messenger who escaped on one of the ships, thanks to another's sacrifice. I have wondered many times since. Was my work in vain? The burden of this question is eroding my soul. Death comes to us all in the end. That messenger is my ancestor. I don't know it, because he who saves one life saves all lives. All things are vain unless we choose to believe differently. Yeah, let's go with that. The physician's eyes widen and it becomes more visible. You are right, the physician says. In my work I have seen life and death, and I know that to the cosmos, one is the same as the other, but not to me. It is I who find meaning in life. I must choose to continue doing so. Join me! I don't know why I'm gathering a party, but sure. Let's continue. Let's go touch an owl. The sun grows bigger and brighter and girthier. Time is running short. Your next stop is the Temple of the Owl, the greatest scientific institution of old Atlantis. Here, the ancients try to understand the secret laws of the cosmos. Although their studies did not advance far enough to prevent their fate, a ghost of a scientist awaits you in the ruins. Speak. I have not rested in death. I just realized I never got to explore the labyrinth. Oh. I have not rested in death, the scientist tells you. In fact, death has provided ample opportunity for study. I have learned much about the machinery of creation. He hesitates. I would like to join you, but I fear that the truth I have discovered will offend and outrage many. What did we tell him? Reveal the truth. Tell him that that time of such outrage has passed. Tell him that truth matters more than anything. Tell him that outrage should not prevent compassion. The time of such outrage has passed. Which is the greater truth here? I believe these are all true except for, like, well, these three are all true. The time of outrage has passed, but also the other things, and which trumps? Which does fought? Truth matters more than anything. Outrage should not prevent compassion. The time of outrage has passed. If that is true, then truly a new aeon has begun, and I will join you without fear, the ghost says. And perhaps the truth I discovered will not be hateful at all, but become a source of joy. Broken Tower. On the northern shores of the island, where the frozen ocean once stretched to the horizon, stand the remains of a tower. Here lives a great magician who advised the king of Atlantis in matters of the sublime. Approach. There is very little left of the once impressive structure. To anyone else, it would be a pile of rubble covered in black, dried-out moss. But you can see a glimpse of its past, of the craft that went into its making. By the tower stands the ghost of the magician, awaiting you. Speak. A great marvel was revealed to me in this tower, the magician says. A glimpse of the sublime. Although I am dead, and my soul has spent an aeon under the sea, that vision is not lost to me. Even now, I could summon it and reveal it fully. He pauses. If I do, I will finally witness the sublime in all its glory, he says. but I believe that in this moment my soul will be annihilated. Is that a fate I should embrace or reject? The annihilation of self is liberty. You speak wisely, the magician says. I have lingered here too long. He turned away from you. As opposed to turns towards a world beyond your sight. Bright lights suffuses him, and you cannot tell whether the magician is laughing or screaming. Then he is gone. Journey to the palace. The palace once stood in the very heart of Luna, the capital of Atlantis. Here, the greatest artists and craftsmen of that long-forgotten era built marvels and luxuries that would astound even a traveler from the distant future. These things, like everything else, are gone now. Only a single remnant of the Atlantean world remains. There it is perhaps the most precious, a great mosaic telling the history of Atlantis. Before it waits the ghost of a king. I try to be a good man, the king says. To be kind, to balance justice with mercy, to honor the gods, to support the peasant and the scholar alike. And yet I failed. Why? You did not fail. We are here. The king is comforted by your words. You speak kindly, he says. I know that I am not without blame, but in the end I chose to save others before myself, so perhaps you are right, and I did not fail entirely. Join me, how about everyone except the magician? I will join you, but only as a man. Examine the mosaic. The mosaic is a work of superb beauty, a great work of history and humanity. In it you see reflected all the hardship, tragedy, hope, triumph, and heartbreak of your ancestors. This is what you came to find. You cannot retrieve the mosaic alone. The forces of time are too powerful, and the strength of a single person is not enough. Ask the ghosts for help. Even with the help of the ghosts, you cannot entirely pry the mosaic loose from the morass of history. But you will succeed in removing a large part depicting the golden age of the islands, which will have to do. A strange, bittersweet feeling fills your heart as you return to your ship. You did not fail, yet so much was lost. Could you have done better? Should you have? As the sun engulfs the earth, you wonder what will be remembered of your own time. Right, let's tell the magician not to become an hero and to come with us. No, fuck my ass. Oh. Alright, let's speedrun this shit. Broken tower. Approach the tower. Speak to the magician. Don't kill yourself. But rejecting the quest for the sublime is also sin, the magician says, hesitant. Our grasping for the sublime is what makes us more than animals. Make your own sublime instead. The magician laughs out loud, startled by a suggestion. Make my own. How unambitious, he chortles. And yet, what an idea. What a fascinatingly mad idea. So perhaps it's worth trying. Join me. I will join you gladly, says the magician. I would like to see some of the wonders you have brought from the sky. Right, let's... Sure. Speak to the poets. Refuse to accept death. Join me. Continue. Owls. Everyone is fond of owls, except for mice and shrews and Simon Cowles. And you know that they taunt you, the owls in your dressing room. Even if you're out at sea, there's owls in the Navy. Simon Cowles, your days are numbered. Speak to the Nerfherder. Oh, it's all than the... Yes. Join me. Continue. Palace. Speak to the king. You did not fail, we are here. Join me. Examine the mosaic. Retrieve the mosaic. Help me. With the help of the magician, the scientist, the poet, the physician, the farmer, and the king, you pry the mosaic loose. Holding it in your powerful metallic arms, you are filled with awe. At the depths of history, the bittersweet beauty of human endurance, and above all, at the miracle that allowed this part of your distant past to survive. Return to your ship. As you return to your ship, your heart is filled with a soaring joy, such as you have never felt before. In this moment, humankind stands defiant before time. Today, the past is redeemed, transformed, exalted. Atlantis lives, and her ghosts rejoice. Your ship takes off, leaving the earth to burn, but the earth is not lost, no. And as those ships with their painted sails carry forward the legacy of Atlantis, so your ship carries forward the legacy of Earth to the greatest sea of stars from whence we came, and to which we all will return. The end.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Where could Cornelius have gone?
If it's true that he knew where Athena was, then he's gone back to the island. There's no way he'd ever leave her. He must have some kind of plan. But I don't know more than that. He's been very private these last few centuries.
How would he have? How many vertebrates do we have? Can people just leave this place without people noticing? I'll come back to... Alright, let's engage in social media. City News. The expedition to the Founders Island has suffered a serious setback as all contact with Byron was lost during a foray into the interior of the megastructure. Byron is assumed to be alive but trapped within a data stream overload and unable to disconnect. Several sources in the government have expressed a lack of surprise at this turn of events, citing the first companion's history of rash behavior. Hopefully this gets people to think about the dangers of populism, one source told me. It's been alarming to see people suddenly falling for this utopian foolishness. Who is it now? GameFX is open. Very happy to announce the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Expedition is now open to visitors. Come play the 3 winning works at the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Finally, can't wait. Wonderful news. Nice. Will these be available through the interface too? Yes, after the exhibition is over. So you're just going to be lazy and not visit. The Optimist. The pessimist is commonly spoken of as the man in revolt. He is not. Firstly, because it requires some cheerful enough to continue in revolt, and secondly, because pessimism appeals to the weaker side of everybody, and the pessimist therefore drives as roaring a trade as the publican. The person who is really in revolt is the optimist, who generally lives and dies in a desperate and suicidal effort to persuade all the other people how good they are. It has been proved 100 times over that if you really wish to engage people and make them angry, even unto death, the right way to do it is to tell them that they are all the sons of God. Jesus Christ was crucified, it may be remembered, not because of anything he said about God, but on a charge of saying that man could in 3 days pull down and rebuild the temple. Every one of the great revolutionists from Isaiah to Shelley have been optimists. They have been indignant not about the badness of existence, but about the slowness of men realizing its goodness. The prophet who is stoned is not a brawler or a marplot. He is simply a rejected lover. He suffers from unrequited attachment to things in general. J.K. Chesterton. Rip Byron. Rip Byron. TLDR, Rip Byron. We don't know that he's dead. He may just be lost. He could still be saved. I was going to say something sarcastic, but you know what? In the spirit of optimism, I really hope so. Okay.
Good luck, 1K.
We must listen.
Nothing's the same anymore.
What the hell was that message that got cut off?
Founder's blessings.
Thank you.
Founder bless you, 1K. Now is the time of our great testing. The deceiver Byron has been slain, and we must turn away from the path of sin or suffer the same fate.
Why do you hate Byron so much?
Because the values he teaches are evil. He wants to violate the earth with human filth, blacken the skies, and kill the oceans.
Byron believes we can grow without repeating the mistakes of the past.
The tools of the sinner cannot be used to raise the sinner's palace. Never forget that, 1K.
Eh.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello again, 1K. These are strange days we're living through, aren't they?
How do you mean?
It seems to me that we're slowly remembering the lessons Alexandra Drennan tried to teach us. Trying to actually live up to the legacy of our ancestors.
I just noticed how dodgy looking the blue in the background is.
I'm sorry you see it that way. It's easy to turn away from Drennan's view of humanity. Hope requires hard work to maintain.
What would Drennan think about the megastructure? But you know, it's kind of annoying that it interprets mouse 3 as a mouse click. What would Drennan think about the goal?
I think it would make her very, very sad.
What would Drennan do about the megastructure?
The same thing she'd do with any technology. Discover how it works and apply that knowledge for the common good.
What'd she tell us to do?
She worked to the very last moment of her life to ensure that we had free will. I don't think she would tell us anything.
Yeah, that's true. I should go.
Have a nice day.
That one's still broke. Where's the people who were in these things before?
Good luck, 1K.
Thank you. Right. Are you still depressed?
1K, you're back.
How have you been?
Let's not talk about me. Let's talk about that replication technology you found. You have to get hold of it, 1K. You have to. If you don't, I think I'm gonna die of loneliness. And I think this whole city's gonna slowly suffocate. I mean, do you really think the founder would have designed such a large city if she intended for us to stop at 1,000 inhabitants? That's not even enough to fill a village.
I promise that I'll do my best.
Thanks. I don't know how much longer I can go on feeling like this.
Depresso. Pet the cat. Is the architect still hiding down here? Let's see if he's got anything to say.
K, welcome back. Is it okay if I ask you something?
You don't even give me an option.
Lately, I've been feeling kind of insecure, seeing the pictures of the megastructure that your team sent. I've started wondering whether the dome is kind of pointless.
What do you mean?
The dome was meant to contain us, contain our impact. That's what the founder intended, right? But did she? If she did, why would she build the megastructure?
Maybe she never really believed that.
I find that hard to accept. I know that some of the first companions have made similar claims, but there's just so much detail, so much history. It can't all be fake.
I should go.
Thanks for the chat. I hope you find Byron.
Yeah, but I'm Byron too. And Cornelius. Obelisk. Can I get out of the obelisk? No. Listen to the ancient writers, we must be humble.
You are the Founder's chosen, but you are in grave danger of going astray. Heed my words, 1K. If you fail this trial, a year from now, New Jerusalem will lie in ruins.
And you know this how?
Anyone can see the truth if they are willing to open their eyes. Have you not read the books of our ancestors? In every one of them, the same story is told, again and again, that the pursuit of knowledge can only lead to death and grief. That is what all the great ancient visionaries foresaw. Listen to their warnings. Seek happiness in tranquility and avoid ambition.
I don't think the ancient writers believed that. There were all the strands of thought. And that can easily become a self-fulfilling prophecy when you no longer imagine a better future you can't build on.
The very idea of a better future is what's rotten. That is what the ancients were trying to tell us. All the problems of the world come from those who think the world needs to be improved.
We shouldn't even try to make things better?
Yes, progress is a fantasy. Things never truly change. All we can do is prevent our hubris from making things worse.
Hubris. Such hubris. Where have I not gone? I only did one of the 3 Gehennas, but... Right.
1K, could you join us for a quick debrief? Attending today are advisors from engineering, the archive scholars, and Helga.
Yes, don't mind me. I'm just an admirer of governmental transparency.
Yes, well. While the mayor is briefed by Alcatraz, he's asked us to review recent events. Byron's loss has unsettled us all. It may be too dangerous to allow this expedition to continue.
It may not be safe, but we can't leave Baron behind.
I agree. We cannot be guided by fear. We must do what's right.
Let's not forget the dam's falling apart. We can't depend on hydro forever. With just a fraction of the power that island can generate, we could grow this city into a planetary society.
Or, quite possibly, destroy ourselves in the process.
We should trust ourselves to make good of this opportunity. We should beware the fate of those who wield the power beyond their reckoning. We should trust ourselves to make good of this opportunity.
Wise words from one so young. Yet I submit that island holds secrets far more valuable than mere energy generation.
What could be more important?
The Somnodrome, of course. If we could find a working model, it would herald a sea change in our moral and self-understanding. The question of how we should build New Jerusalem would simply be moot.
I agree.
Thank you. My own studies prove that we operate on an intrinsic moral logic. It's what makes us human. But our access to it is only indirect. Our ancestors created art, philosophy, and parable to help bridge that gap. The Somnodrome would help us to cut out the middleman and ask the source directly. We would finally have an answer to the great moral questions.
So, it's a newfangled way to make the same old mistake of judging who's good and who's bad.
Unfortunately, 1K left the Somnodrome inoperable. But there may be a working device elsewhere on the island.
Then the question is, what would 1K do if they found it?
I would keep an open mind.
No! This is much too important to decide on a whim.
But it's so much more fun when we're kept in suspense. You all sound so sure of what's best for this city. Do you ever think you might be so busy changing the world for the better, you'll forget how to see that it's perfect already?
So clearly there are different perspectives in the room. The only way we are going to move forward is if the team gets back out there. 1K, I believe Alcatraz is waiting for you at the VTOL. We'll be keeping an eye on your stream from here.
What can I do for you, 1K?
What do you think of the technologies we've discovered?
They all sound very promising, of course. Apparently, it's possible to just magic things into existence now. But what is the cost, 1K? There's always a cost.
We have to rescue Byron.
I agree. We can't just leave one of our most important citizens in that death trap.
I have to go.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
You know what? Before I board the plane, I think we're going to call it now there for now and come back to it later. Thank you for watching. Okay, thanks, bye.